the Penrith Panthers, the team that I known to be, we putting stripes on our jerseys, on our kits because we, you know what I'm saying, we winning so many championships. It's like, stop us, you know, stop us. We that good, stop us. But I don't know what's going on this year, but I don't know if they just got, they took all the players and the juice ran out. I don't know if right, the cup empty now. You know what I'm saying? All good things got to come to an end, though. That's the worst part about it. And having a good team, like when your sports team is good, all good things got to come to an end, bro. And I hope that it ain't over for these Penrith Panthers, bro. I think one thing this will do, if they do continue to suck this year, I think next year they're gonna come out hungry because they know they feel like to win, and now they know they feel like to lose badly. I think they're gonna come out hungry. Let me quit yapping, though. Let's get into it. The rise and fall of the Penrith Panthers. Shout out Sideline Rugby, man. Y'all go subscribe to that bud, man, if y'all not. And yeah, man, let's see what it is. Shout out NRE. Tell me to watch this, man. Let's get to it. Let's not waste no time. Let's get money. Rise and fall of Penrith Panthers. Come on. The T, what, 5 in a row? 6 in a row? That ain't the bottom of the ladder. Come on, man.
The mighty Penrith Panthers, widely considered the greatest team of the modern era, winning the last 4 premierships in a row.
4 in a row.
A feat that will likely never happen again. But now in the 2025 season, they are likely to not even make the finals, as we are halfway through the season and they are sat in last place on the ladder.
Like that's crazy, bro. Not even making the finals, last place, bro.
But now in the
like that's crazy,
season, they are likely to not even make the finals
after winning 4 in a row,
and they are sat in last place on the ladder.
Crazy.
So what happened? What made the championship side go from the team to beat to the team at the bottom? This video. I ain't gonna lie, shout out Sideline.
He already talking about the fall of Penrith. He already get his video. I don't think it's over though, man. But that is facts. This nigga right here, man. Well, he used to wear that 5 or he used to wear that 6, I think, man. My nigga Luau gone, bro. My nigga Rome is gone. I feel like he was like that last piece, you know what I'm saying? He was that guy, man. He could do it by himself, bro. He take a lot of weight off Nate's back, bro. You feel me? Without Luau, that shit be hurting, nigga. Nate back.
This video will be split up into 3 main parts.
Boy, God damn.
We'll go over how the Dominance started and their incredible run, compare the team's stats from previous seasons, and the impact of losing key players. I will also touch on some other factors that might have played a role in the dynasty's downfall. If you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment on your thoughts on the downfall of the Penrith Panthers. Let's begin. While the Panthers have won the last 4 premierships in a row, they really have dominated the competition the last 5 years, starting in 2020. That year, out of the 23 games they played, they only lost 3 of them, but one of them ended up being the grand final. Despite the premiership loss, it was a successful year for the Panthers.
That was a heartbreaker. That was a heartbreaker.
But one of them ended up being the grand final. Despite the premiership loss, it was a successful year for the Panthers.
No doubt.
And this was given credit to the work of the Panthers Academy system. The junior Panthers brought together a lot of these players from a young age.
Young Nate, young Luau, who this right here? Who this right here? God, look at the young boys, man. Oh my God. Look at little young Nate and Luau. Them boys dangerous out there, man. Them boys ain't want no smoke. Let them know,
the junior
squad
dominated, and the success finally transferred to the big league. In 2015.
That's crazy, though. That's crazy. That. So what age was they right here? So they doing it right here.
It was a successful year for the Panthers.
My bad, I'm
credit to the work of the Panthers Academy system. The junior Panthers brought together a lot of the...
So right here, they doing it as juniors. What age is they right here? And then they was the best team too here. And then they got to the big leagues and they was the best team too. That's crazy.
These players from a young age. The junior squad dominated. And the success...
So it usually don't work like that, bro. Usually they get to the big league and niggas ass.
15. The junior Panthers team consisted of 8 players that were in the 2020 Panthers side. Those being Nathan Cleary, Jerome Luai, James Fisher-Harris, Dylan Edwards,
I forgot about Big James going too.
Cleary, Jerome Luai,
they didn't took
James
everybody, nigga.
Dylan Edwards, Moses Leota, Tyrone May, Brent Naden, and Kate Ellis.
I don't know them last
These players
niggas.
Building a connection at such a young age set the platform for their success, especially the half pairing of Cleary and Luai. They were the youngest squad in the competition, and their development process was paying off in full. going on a 17-game winning streak this season, setting the foundation for the Panthers' dominance.
See, and I feel like, man, hey, that winning streak is coming this year. Don't sleep, man. That winning streak is coming, man. That boy sleep, season, man. It's coming.
Setting the foundation
it's coming.
For the Panthers' dominance.
Just stay patient, man.
In 2021, the squad was almost
all they need about 5 in a row. They right back. Ooh-wee, they right back in it.
The defense was structured, disciplined, and impenetrable, and they started the season with a 12-game winning streak. Throughout the regular season, they only lost 3 games, and 2 of those games were around when the State of Origin was played, and a good chunk of their squad was missing from their club lineup to play in the Origin series. They went on to get redemption.
I ain't gonna lie, that's how many players they had this year, though. Yeah, while y'all playing, man, everybody, coach gonna pick from Penrith every year, and he gonna take their whole squad. Then they gonna take Coach Ivan if they could too, boy. What you talking about, boy? They love Ivan. But alright, they doing the nigga bad with the ads, though. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta put the ad blocker on. I did not download that shit. I do not be downloading that shit. Nigga be tired. This shit crucial, huh? My bad. This shit shitty. Come on. It's throwing me off, man. I'm yapping.
So around when the State of Origin was played, and a good chunk of their squad was missing from their club lineup to play in the Origin series. They went on to get redemption, winning the grand final, beating the Bunnies 14-12, and starting with Dynasty.
That was a baller game.
In 2022, they continued their dominance, only losing 4 games the entire season, and beating the Eagles in the grand final, making them back-to-back premiers. Something that stood out to me when looking at the stats, despite them playing 27 games for the year, more than any other team except for the Bunnies who played 28, they had the least amount of errors in the competition. This really showed their discipline and the control they had over each game. Most games they won by a comfortable margin. They didn't need to try to force their hand or make a risky offload. They were that dominant in the games, they just won comfortably. For 2023, they continued.
I feel like that's crazy, bro. Cause what could it be now, bro? To where they go from only losing 4 games in a year to, you know what I'm saying? Niggas dinner finna lose 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Top 4 and dominated throughout the season. Another standout stat was the errors once again, finishing the season with the most games.
It seemed there was better played on the field, more discipline on the field,
placing them 14th of the competition. They fought their way to the grand final, and what a game that was! After being down 24-8 with 18 minutes to go, they made the biggest comeback in grand final history to win the game, 26-24. A major part came from Nathan Cleary's brilliance. Many will consider this as the moment that cemented the Panthers as the greatest team of the modern era. 2024 would see the Panthers still dominate the season, but despite being 3 times premiership winners, they were not favourites to win going into the finals. The favourites went to the Melbourne Storm, but when the grand final came around,
shout out to them Storm.
But despite being 3 times premiership winners, they were not favourites to win going into the finals. The favourites went to the Melbourne Storm, but when the grand final came around, despite losing to the Storm twice in the regular season, they proved to be too good in the big game. With their dominant defence, consistency to control the game, and overall
when it really mattered,
desperation and trust they had in each other, they brought home the premiership for the 4th time in a row, a feat likely to never be replicated.
Yeah, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy to me, bro.
Again, the question is now, how did it all go wrong? At the time of this recording, the Panthers are last on the ladder, with 3 wins, 1 draw, and 7 losses. I want to highlight some stat differences.
At the time of this recording, let's see where they at. 4 wins, 1 draw, 7 losses, so they just got 1 more win, man. Come on, bro. Where the fuck the video at, man?
Comparing this year to the previous years. One of them being what I briefly mentioned throughout the video, and that's their errors. All of these stats are gathered from the official NRL website. They currently have the 4th most errors in the comp,
man. They gotta clean that up.
131, which averages at 11.9 per game. In 2024, they finished the year with 273 errors over 27 games. In 2023, it was 237 errors out of 27 games, then 250 errors in 2022, and then 301 in 2021. But that was from 28 games. If the Panthers managed to play 27 games this season, which would mean they'd have to make it to the grand final, which is very unlikely at this point. Based on their average, they would finish the season with 321 errors at the end of the year, a significant increase from the champion side. A big part of this is due to the fact that they're always behind on the scoreboard, and they continuously need to chase points to get themselves back into the game. This causes them to push unnecessary passes more often, and generally take more risks.
That comes from defense, bro. You gotta play defense.
While it's fair to say their defense was a major part of their dominance, and what the team built their game off, we can't downplay how good their attack was in their prime. This now leads us to looking at their overall points for each season. In 2021, they finished with 718 points from 28 games. In 2022, they had 723 points in 27 games. Then 741 points in 2023 from 27 games. And then 650 points in 27 games for 2024. As for this year, they have 250 points out of their 11 games, which places them 9th out of the comp, which isn't too bad when all things considered. But this year, based on their average of 22.7 points per game, they would end the year with 613 points out of 27 games, another significant drop. Now moving to their major downfall, which is their defense, starting with missed tackles.
I'm saying they gotta play defense.
They averaged 31 per game. In 22, they averaged the same, 31. They averaged 33 missed tackles in 2023, and in 2024, they averaged 32. And so far this season, they sit 3rd in the comp for missed tackles, totaling at 391, averaging at 36 missed tackles per game. While this isn't a significant jump, it stays consistent in the downward trend for the Panthers, and also highlights the desperation the Panthers used to have in their events to back each other up. Thought I might add as well that for several rounds at the start of the season, their left edge was so inexperienced compared to their right edge, and their opponents capitalised on this several times throughout the season. As for points conceded,
that's the players they lost though. That's to them players they lost.
That year, they conceded only 230 points in the regular season, averaging 12 points per game, making them the best defensive team.
They can't control that their players is good though. So other teams want them. You know what I'm saying? They can't control that.
Only conceding 286 points, averaging at 16 points per game. 2022, they conceded 292 points, averaging at 12 points a game. Once again, the best defense in the comp. In 2023, they increased the number of games played due to the introduction of the Dolphins, and they conceded 312 points, averaging 13 points per game. And once again, the best defensive team in the competition.
Yeah, and them look like great numbers.
They conceded 934 points, averaging 16 points per game.
Averaging only
this
13,
would make them the best
12.
Defensive team in the competition for the 5th year in a row. And as for this year, out of the 11 games they've played so far, they've already conceded 271 points, which is more they conceded in the entire 2020 season, which averages out at 24 points per game, leaving them 13th on the comp for points conceded, a major drop-off from the dynasty's run, and the most pivotal factor in their downfall. Their desperation in defence isn't what it used to be, despite the player changes. It's not even just their goal line defence, it's their defence across the entire field. Before you could expect the Panthers to kick deep and hold the other team down there. Now the other team finds a way through to get me.
Oh man, going to sleep, man.
But in saying all this, I'm sure it's hard to stay that disciplined and motivated after winning the last 4 years in a row. As for player movement, this year in particular, the loss of Sania Taruva, James Fisher-Harris, and Jerome Luai have clearly made it.
3 dogs, I ain't gonna lie, them 3 dogs right there, especially Ruva. Taruva was out there on that edge where Toho be, Rome be doing his thing, what they call him, half. Yeah, Big Fisher, you know Big Fish. Just look at Big Fish. Ain't nobody messing with Big Fish, but
had a massive impact on the side. People didn't expect this to have a major impact because every other year they've lost quality players, but still managed to stay on top. At the end of 2021,
they lost all their quality now.
Brent Naden, Kurt Capewell, Tyrone May, and Paul Moriowski all were a part of the Premiership winning side for that year. As for the end of 2022, they would lose Api Coruscant, Charlie Staines, Sean O'Sutherland, Viliami Kikau, all who played in that year's grand final as well. They also lost a few other players, but these were the more notable ones. As for the end of 2023, they most notably lost Stephen Crichton, Spencer Leniu, and Jack Cogger, among a few others.
I ain't gonna lie, they had some dogs. They was down there cheating. I see why they won 4 in a row. They had some dogs, man.
Among a few others.
They had some real dogs.
All leaving plays definitely made an impact. The difference this year is from a key half in Jerome Luai and a leading front rower in James Fisher-Harris.
Second-in-charge
playmaker's departure has left a significant hole in the attack. The hole was much deeper than most expected. Penrith knew they needed a replacement, and they had one in development, that being Jack Cole. He opened the season as the Panthers 5'8" and played the first 5 rounds. He got injured and was out for the next round, and hasn't returned to the starting side since. His replacement was the young gun they signed from the Parramatta Eels, Blaze Talungi, and has maintained his spot in the starting squad ever since. But no matter the combination, they haven't had the same success in attack. As for James Fisher-Harris, his toughness and physicality on the field
Big
transferred
fish
to
different.
trust in his teammates.
Look at that nigga.
They
That's
felt
a different
safer
guy.
on the field. They felt more confident. With such a big impact player gone from the squad, it left a hole in the team. Over the years, the Panthers have lost several players, as I just discussed. In particular, the players moving to the Tigers, Bulldogs, and even the Warriors. And look at how well those clubs are doing now. We have the Bulldogs on top of the table, looking like premiership
Warriors,
favorites.
dogs.
The Warriors in third, and the Tigers, who are only just dropped out of the top 8 after just receiving the last 3 wooden spoons in a row. The impact these Penrith players have made on other clubs cannot be overlooked. The club's academy and development system is second to none. While it mostly nurtures local juniors, the development Penrith players have made on other clubs cannot be overlooked.
They got that good
the
junior
academy
club
and
though.
Development system is second to none. While it mostly nurtures local juniors, it also brings in talent from afar. And the end result is quality players that are spread out across the NRL. Now, let's look at the Panthers' run this season so far. A few of the games they lost were only by a try, like rounds 2, 3, and 5.
One score losses is the worst thing ever.
Now, let's look at the Panthers' run this season so far.
That's the worst thing ever.
A few of the games they lost were only by a try, like rounds 2, 3, and 5. And a lot of the time, they had better stats comparing to the other team, except for their completion rate, as they came up with so many errors.
Being
the
yourself.
most Penrith-like game we have seen this year.
Can't beat yourself up. Come on,
Nate. They
Nate.
beat the Broncos 32-8. It was a very convincing win and reminded everyone what the Panthers are capable of.
Facts.
They just haven't been able to replicate that success.
Facts.
Another thing I should mention is the home ground of Penrith is under construction for the next few years and is set to be completed in 2027. During this time, Penrith's home games are played at Combank Stadium in Sydney. This shouldn't be an excuse for their performance, but the compact Penrith Stadium would certainly bring life to the Panthers' side, and a home ground advantage can't be overlooked. Additionally, they haven't had the best run with injuries, notably losing Brian To'o, Dylan Edwards, and Isaiah Papali'i for several rounds of this season. They've also lost a handful of other local stadiums that certainly bring life to the Panthers' side, and a home ground advantage can't be overlooked. Additionally,
but y'all see how tired I be. This is what I be saying. Like, I can't upload. I can't do videos if I'm just gonna fall asleep. Like when I'm making them, bro.
2027.
Like,
during this time, Penrith's home games are played at Combank Stadium in Sydney.
I don't think
this shouldn't be an excuse for their performance. But the compact Penrith Stadium will certainly bring life to the Panthers' side, and a home ground advantage can't be overlooked. Additionally, they haven't had the best run with injuries, notably losing Brian To'o, Dylan Edwards, and Isaiah Papali'i for several rounds of this season. They've also lost a handful of other players due to suspension and further injuries. And even now, while the state of origin is on, a good chunk of their team is missing playing in the series. The Panthers are in a really rough spot, being last on the table. But what's funny is they're only 2 wins away from the top 8, given how congested the bottom half of the ladder is. So there's still hope for an incredible redemption arc from the dynasty side. I just don't see it happening. Let me know what you think of the Panthers' downfall in the comments. And do you think they'll be able to bring it back this season?
I think
hope from the top of the rough spot.
I think they're gonna redeem this arc.
What's funny is they're only 2 wins away from the top 8, given how congested the bottom half.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's still not over, bro. It's still not over. You said they're only 2 wins.
What's funny is they're only 2 wins away from the top 8, given how congested the bottom half of the ladder is. So there's still hope for an incredible redemption arc from the dynasty side.
Yeah,
I just don't
4
see it
wins,
happen.
5 wins.
Let me know what you think of the Panthers' downfall in the comments. I ain't gonna lie. Do you think they'll be able to bring it back this season? Also, I've started an Instagram, so be sure to follow me over there.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all better talk about them Panthers while y'all can, bro. I don't think they're gonna be trash too long, bro. I think they're gonna get a few wins, sneak into the finals, man. And then it's anybody game from there, man. When it comes to finals footy, I think it's gonna be anybody game from there, bro. I don't know if they win it again, just because they having a bad year, but I'm gonna just say, don't sleep on them though. You know what I'm saying? Don't count them out, because we do know who they are. They've been doing it for how many years now? You know what I'm saying? Let me quit yapping though. I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all see I'm falling asleep, bro. I gotta chill. I'm finna probably just chill, go to sleep, bro. I'm sorry, man. I was gonna stream. I might stream if I catch an energy boost. Who knows, but my bad for the first video. Nigga ain't had no sound, then nigga falling asleep in this bitch. It is what it is, though, bro. The grind don't stop, man. I was gonna watch Jamal Idris, but goddamn, nigga going to sleep. But that boy stay lit though, bro. Chase your dreams. Not tomorrow, but the next day, my energy should be good, bro. My energy should be back. Nigga ain't gotta work. Nigga gotta work tomorrow, though. Man, they be slaving me, but after that day, after Tuesday and Wednesday, bro, I should have good energy on here, man. You know what I'm saying? So try to have good energy for y'all boys, bro. But my bad. Love y'all boys, bro. Quit yapping. Y'all boys chase that dream, man. Shout out NRE, bro. The video wasn't boring. I'm just tired. Let me say, you know what I'm saying? The video wasn't boring. Nigga was just tired, man. Y'all boys stay lit, bro. Forever and always chase your dreams, gang. Chase your dream.